Welcome to Sarpi Continuous Miner Project. This project belongs to Samsundarpur Colliery, Bankola area of Messrs Eastern Coalfield Limited, a subsidiary of Coal India Limited. This project is the result of a contract signed between Eastern Coalfield Limited and Joy Mining Machinery Limited on 4th April 2009. All the machines within this package were manufactured and supplied by Joy Mining Machinery Limited, a company of Joy Global Inc. USA. The project was inaugurated by Honorable CMD of ECL Mr. S. Chakraborty on 23rd July 2010. The continuous miners along with others machines were commissioned in underground on 29th August 2010. The operation and maintenance of the machine is being done by Joy Mining Services India Private Limited, a company of P&H Joy Mining Equipment India Limited. Over the period of 5 years, this technology will be transferred to ECL employees so that they can do the operation and maintenance independently. Now we will take you to underground continuous miner section, where we will explain all the systems of work. Some of them you can see only at Sarpi continuous miner section in India. These are basically taken from overseas mines, mainly from South Africa.
Basic idea is to prior beginning of the shift, all the shift person they come and have their safety talk here. They gather here and discuss about the immediate dangers if their lies are inside the section, And also apart from that, there are some safety posters here, as you can see here. The basic idea is that the person can come and sit here if he's not feeling well, or in case of he want to take some meal here, he can actually come and sit here and have a look around the safety posters. And also there is an updation of this production report, as you can see here. Every shift, whatever the tonnage of production, or you can say the number of shuttle car, what they have done, they simply mark it here in the graph so that they are aware how much tonnage they have actually produced till now. And the best thing about this miner station is that we have a production monitoring board here. Actually, this concept we have brought here so that each and every person in the section, whoever comes in here, have a look in this production report and this production monitoring, and from here onwards he can actually know the machines are actually in which condition. Either they are running, either they are in maintenance, or in some sudden breakdown, or in idle condition. For example, as you can see, this number of headings they have prepared here. Here this button, this actually shows the position of the machine here, where the CAB actually lies. Standing right now, whether it is in condition of breakdown or it's ongoing, and which are the machines which are in the condition right here. And you can know from here who is the miner and who is the foreman actually inside the section, and who is the actual CM operator running the machine. And we have CH4 monitoring, means the place where the CH4 monitoring has been done, and the timing is mentioned here. Okay. And you can see the first aid box here also kept here, and we have a use bin which lies there. We have a box here which actually is very useful to keep all the stuffs which can be used in section, like the picks and certain useful chains and cycles here, which is used by the Yendam person to keep their tools or spanners or whatever the spare fittings they are having with them. This actually has got 6 individual compartments. Each compartment, basically our idea was to hand it over to a particular fitter or foreman so that he can keep his stuff in there, and he knows exactly in which compartment what spanners are actually lying in here. For example, you can see here, the housekeeping is properly maintained. All the spanners, they are hooked around with the hooks here, and kept according to the sizes here, right from the smaller to the bigger size. And it's actually it's a good concept. Means people, the fitter, they know which spanner is lying in which compartment.
The name of this machine is load center. It is also known as a power center. All the machines related to cell packing get the power from here. Basically, this machine is divided into 3 parts. I will start from the back. The first part is AC side, high voltage side. It receives the input power of 3.3 kilovolts. After that, second part is transformer. it steps down the incoming voltage of 3.3 to 1.1. The rating of this transformer is 1.5 MVA. After that, the third part is low voltage side or distribution center, where it distributes the 1.1 kilovolt power supply to every machine. This machine has 8 outlets of 160 amps and 2 outlets of 350 amps. It is also got 2 outlets for drill machine and 4 outlets for lighting. It has some safety features also like short circuit protection, overload protection, over voltage protection, under voltage protection, phase imbalance, etc.
emergency or a fire or something in the section, or there's a lot of smoke and sometimes you cannot see and you need to get to fresh air and surface, then this life road, it's called a lifeline, will take you to surface. Firstly, what we do, got the assembly point, and everybody knows that this is the assembly point. After that, the first person that comes will blow the hooter, call other people to come this side, then everybody will assemble. The first person that comes here will take the rope, he will pull the rope down, which is attached to the roof very lightly. It is not attached very strong, it is attached very lightly, so it is strong enough to stay here, but when you jerk it, it will come down. We've got this indicators, if you can see there's an arrow that shows the right direction. Also on this side, it shows that it is the wrong direction. That is for visual use. But in case of there is no visual, in other words there's smoke or dust or anything, what you can do is slide your hand over like that, very slowly, and from the small side to the big side. Small side will indicate the section, and the big side will indicate that you are from the intake side, from the shaft. Alright, so if it happens that you come to this side by mistake and you come here, you can actually feel you cannot go that way, so you know that you are wrong. And in that case now you must turn around and go in a different direction. So you turn around, not leaving the road. You must always keep one hand on the road when you are changing around. Never leave the road. From here, slide your hand over and then follow the group. We will also make a roll call here, how many people has assembled, and then by the time we reach on the other side, after they followed each other, we will make a new roll call on that side. And that is our lifeline in the section.
cold on feeder breaker, feeder breaker plus the cold and transfer to the conveyor belt. Its operating voltage is 1050 AC voltage supplied by the load center, and its dimension is 9.6 mm meter, 9.66 meter, then and 3.1 meter, and its convey 51.27 meter. The loading side and discharging side. The operating voltage of the shuttle car is 1050 and remaining voltage is used for light. After that, what about the tire? This tire is coneless tire and tubeless tire. There is no air inside it. And after that, this is operator cabin. We can see this is the video display unit. For everything, for every function, we can see the step-by-step function in the display unit. In that operator cabin, there is e-stop and that MCB, so that you can directly get the power from here also. And it is steering. Now, so far as the other things, that inner radius, the turning radius of the shuttle car, minimum radius will be 0.159 and the outer radius, maximum radius is 3.59. The shuttle car can discharge the load in 2 speeds. The slowest speed is 0.159 meter per second and the fastest speed is 3.453 meter per second. And this is traction motor. See, from here traction motor is only used for traction to move the shuttle car in forward and reverse direction. That one also mainly it is inbuilt with VFD, that variable frequency device. Now I am going to explain one more safety feature of the shuttle car. This is the shutter. So it can be removed by like this and let operator. So what is the main safety feature? Is the operator is fully on safety and he can that is fully safe from the side pillars and is by chance while loading and unloading some dust. After that, this is the headlight. This headlight is also used for to see the
Complete. More. Okay. This is the continuous miner of model 12CM15. Its cutting range varies from medium to high, means it can cut up to a height of 4.6 meters. It actually has got a cutting drum in front, then a gathering head, which has got CLA or centrifugal loading arms, which actually collects the coal which is cut by this cutting drum, and through the chain conveyor which you can see in the middle, this chain conveyor it transports the coal from the front end of the CM up to the back end, and it actually takes onto the shuttle car. This machine has got a length of around 11 meter, and it has got 8 meter, which actually runs this cutter drum, gathering head, this chain conveyor, and the traction motor, and all those kind of things. You know, it has got 8 motors altogether in a single machine like this.
1 minute, sir. Thank you.
This is the additional feature that we have added in the continuous miner. This is called cable boom. Its purpose is mainly to safeguard the cable against any cut, any damage from the shuttle car or from the pillar side. And its purpose is the easy handling of the cable. You know, means whenever the operator is cutting at the face, he can actually tram back approximately about 10 meters without handling of the cable by the cable handlers.
Move that side. Move that side, other side. Okay. It helps us to support the unsupported roof after cutting by the CM. We support the unsupported roof after cutting by the CM by the help of these 4 rigs. These 4 rigs helps us to drill the hole, and after drilling the hole, we just put the roof boards and get it jammed by the help of resin capsules. In this machine, we have only one electrical motor that is of 126 kilowatt rating. It needs 1050 volts AC total operating, and after that quad bolter has a ground clearance of 295 millimeter, and it bears a ground bearing pressure of 98 kilopascal. It has a oil tank capacity of 1080 liters, and we have used Fuchs Aquasign Light 68 as a fluid in this reservoir system. It is totally operated by a hydraulic system, and by the hydraulic system we get the actual pressure needed for the bolting or the drilling operation. Quad bolter can bolt up to 25 volts per hour, and it has a facility to tilt the outer cylinders up to 90-degree alignment, so that we can easily do the side supporting, the side bolting, and inner rig can bolt in the straight line on the top of the floor.